I'm Matt Gross, the Frugal Traveler for the New York Times. This summer, I'm embarking on the grand tour of Europe. Over 12 weeks, I'll seek out ancient history and contemporary culture. I'll find cool hotels and eat memorable meals. And I'll stretch the US dollar to the breaking point. The village of Baarle-Nassau looks like any other Dutch town. Tidy houses, country lanes, sidewalk cafes, bicyclists, and the occasional 18-wheeler just passing through. Baarle-Nassau is a border town, and a pretty strange one too, considering the Dutch-Belgian border lies 3 miles to the south. But wherever you look, there's the border, running down the middle of the street, across parking lots, and right through buildings. This map in front of the town hall shows the borders. The gray areas are Dutch, the red areas are Belgian, and the yellow areas are Dutch land inside Belgian land. What's going on here? The origin of this weird mélange dates back 800 years to a dispute among 3 different dukes. Today, this means that Baarle has 2 Catholic churches.
Ça, c'est l'église hollandaise.
And there's the Belgian one. And there are 2 town halls. Unless you know what to look for, it's easy to lose track of which country you're actually in.
C'est une maison hollandaise.
Sometimes you cross a border just by walking into a building. And sometimes the building itself has a split personality. This leads to some pretty odd situations.
Si la porte principale du département sur la Belgique, c'est un appartement belge, et autrement c'est un appartement hollandais. Et là, moi et mes frères aussi sont nés à Baarle-Hertog.
Right.
Mes parents étaient des Hollandais, donc en principe on est des Hollandais. Même mon plusieurs frères se fait naturaliser belge.
Alphonse had to go back to work. He's actually an accountant, not a tour guide. So he introduced me to his friend.
So we emigrated to Baarle-Nassau. It was 100 meters away.
Now that the European Union has made many borders irrelevant, it's easier to move around. But Thierry said the Belgian side still has its advantages.
In Holland you have a rule for every rule, and in Belgium, well, you have more freedom in doing what you want.
Belgium's biggest advantage over Holland is, of course, its beer. So we crossed the border once again for a drink at De Verboden Fruit.
A group of artists created this into a restaurant 20 years ago, and it's very nice inside. They made an art of it.
As beautiful as it was inside, with its painted walls and incredible antiques, we opted for the terrace, where, over a couple of beers, we solved all of Europe's problems.
We have one building. It's on the border. It's a community building. It needs to be restored. Well, let's talk about it. You pay that part, we pay that part. You have that knowledge, we have that knowledge. But we have one goal. It needs to be fixed. Mm-hmm. So you can argue about it and make a fight about it. But that doesn't help anything.
When the sun started going down, it was time to head back to my hotel, Den Bontenos, the castrated ox. My single room was 32 euros a night, or about $50, and it was a pretty simple place. From the window I could see Belgium on either side, and, right in front of me, the town's first brewery, which actually just opened a few years ago. Which, of course, made me thirsty again. So I went down to the hotel bar. Why did you move here?
We have no traffic lights, we have no parking meters, we have no round points.
Nice people around.
Yes.
Nice people, cigars in bars, crazy borders, and great beer. I was about ready to move there myself. Until, that is, I heard this couple's warning.
Don't come to Baarle.
It's very dangerous town. You never leave.
Dit is Matthias Goos voor de New York Times, de prijsbewuste reiziger.